All right, gonna go over the programming for both of you guys right now. If you've looked at any of the other remote stuff that I've done for the other athletes that are gonna do it, basically what I want to do is I want to program 2 days a week for you. So day one, ideally, is done on a Wednesday. So initially, I thought that I was thinking, oh yeah, I'll get this video uploaded and send it to you, and it'll be done by the time you're out of school. And then I started thinking, I'm pretty sure you're not even in school because it's spring break, so that's my bad. But anyway, all you got today is just like it's just like an arm care post routine mobility treatment type of deal. And then day two, I want you to do this weekend sometime, Saturday ideally. I would like to see you guys Sunday, and we'll just kind of evaluate everything. But basically, day two is like a recovery focus, and then that's where you're going to do all your mechanical work and get me video and stuff like that. So we're going to go over this stuff right now. So, okay, every single day I want you guys doing the full dynamic and bands, a smart throwing program, whether you're in practice or a competitive setting. Arm care if it's prescribed, which is only going to be really 1 day a week. And then it'll be twice if you actually have a lesson with me that week, and then full body mobility. And I've also put treatment in here, but we'll talk about that here in a second. So if you're seeing my arm shaking around and seeing my shoulder look all weird, I got ice on my shoulder, and I'm doing stem therapy on my elbow right now. So yeah. Anyway, day one. So today, at some point, I want you guys to go through the dynamic, go through bands. Even if you didn't, I don't know if you guys are doing anything over spring break, like as far as practicing or whatever. But even if you did or you didn't, kind of fill in whatever you didn't do as far as like if that's bands. But if you haven't done anything, just run through the full dynamic, and then I want you to do bands, and then I want you to do this arm care workout. So basically what it is you're going to do that 90-degree ER-IR alternating. Landon, I have you doing it with a baseball in each hand, and then Brady, I want you doing it with just body weight. So what that is you're going to basically you'll be up at 90 here, and you're going to alternate your hands in. Make sure you stay high with your elbows, and go decently slow on that. Then you're going to do the band scap holds. So the pulls that we do in the warm up, it's just the hold at that back position. You're going to do 15 seconds, and then you're going to go into the two position decelerator hold. So you'll go thumbs back and then thumbs up slightly forward, 15 seconds at each position. Brady, I also want you doing body weight on these. Landon, you can do it with a baseball in each hand. But basically, you guys are going to do 3 sets. So you'll do the shoulder, scap, decelerator, and then you'll come back through and do that full, treat it like a circuit and do that like 3 times. Okay, and then I want you to do full body mobility. So you'll do the upper body stuff that you normally do with me, and then I also want you to go back and do the lower body stuff, kind of more as like a stretch emphasis rather than like warming up. So just like a recovery focus there. And then I want you to roll out your upper body like we do in the facility, and then treatment of choice. So I wrote, talk to me about this if you're not sure. I suggest elbow or ice on your elbow and shoulder. So basically what I do is I'll stem my elbow while I ice my shoulder, and then I'll switch the two. Do about 15 or 20 minutes on each spot. But what I've suggested for you, if you've never done something like this before, then let's talk about it. If you really don't know what you'd like to do, I just want there to be a routine there where you guys are doing some type of treatment a couple times a week. So basically, there's a lot of different ways to go. We can go ice, we can go heat, we can go compression, we can do stem, we can do there's a lot of different stuff to to do there. So let's talk about it if you're not sure. Icing your elbow and your shoulder is always a good thing, especially just for us as throwers, you know, and that's what I'm working on. You guys are working with you guys on is throwing, whether it's, you know, underhand for softball delivery or overhand. So taking care of that arm's always a good idea. Okay, so day 2 on this video stuff. Landon, I want this to all be like 60%, okay? And the reason I'm only prescribing 2 days worth of stuff is because Landon, I know especially with you, you're practicing a lot, and then Brady, just with you being a little bit younger, a little less developed, it's like especially if you have like a lesson with me and then you have a game that week or a couple games or whatever, it's just like I don't need to be putting more than that in there just because that's gonna I don't want to make you guys go the other way as far as like regression. We want to linear progress on everything. So day 2, Landon, what I want you to do is I want you to do you're going to do 90-degree focus towel drills with line emphasis. So I'll explain that line part here in a second, but in that first set you're doing no step. So this is just the same stuff this is like the very first progression that we ever did in trying to get your arm to move right. Basically, let me turn this off really fast. Basically what you're going to do is you're going to go, you're going to just start, you know, like you're throwing down this way and you're just going to get that arm up and then come through and, you know, do full arm circle and throw. So this is all with a towel, okay? And then I want you to do that first set, 8 to 10, then do the second set with a step behind in there. So you're just going to step behind, same arm position. Watch your video and make sure that you understand what I'm saying there. I mean, I know that you do about getting your hand in, but really look at what I'm saying about not dropping your elbow and leaving your hand behind. I really want you to focus on getting here, driving up with that elbow, through with the hand, okay? And then on that second set, I want you to lift and go. So I don't really want you coming set, just like use the rhythm of like a step or whatever and just kind of lift and then go, but still focus on that arm. I write in here, focus on no crossfire, moderate intensity through body positioning, meaning, you know, don't let the rest of your delivery be bad just because you're focusing on one thing. I don't think that'll happen, but just, you know, think about, I write glove, lower body, and finish in here. If you watch what I say about your glove in the video, I don't really want you trying to make too many adjustments there on your own. We'll fix that together. But just focus on other stuff, you know, or make sure that other stuff is moving sufficiently, but the focus is still on what you're doing with your arm action, all right? So once you get to that third set of lift and go, I want you to pick, you know, a couple reps that you feel good about, video the backside behind you, and then video in front of you, like in a straight line where I stand when you're in the facility, and send me that. Or if you don't, just get the video, and then if I see you guys on Sunday, I'll look at it then. We'll talk about it and go about it that way. Okay, Brady, what I have for you is basically you're going to be doing same thing, 60% plus or minus. You know, don't be going too hard on this stuff. Just especially, you know, this is like on a Saturday or whatever. Just use this work progressively rather than beating yourself up a lot. Okay, for both of you guys. So in your pitching delivery, so I have you doing a no throw increase decrease distance drill. So the best way to do this is, you know, if you have a tape measure or if you have something that you can kind of set up that gives you a look, you know, whether you're doing this on dirt or you're doing it in your driveway or I don't even know, wherever you're doing it, make sure that you have a reference for how far you're going out, and so you can look down and know that you're either going farther or you're not, whatever, okay? So basically what this drill is we did it together in the facility, basically, where you're just going to step back, swing your arms, and you're just going to go forward. I don't want you to do a throwing motion on this, so this is all about that back foot kicking forward, hips, really pushing through, because realistically they're not turning because we're not doing anything with our arm. I want you facing forward the whole time. So you just go back, swing your arms, and push forward as far as you can. I want you like jumping, but I don't want this. I want you to be quick, turning that foot over, getting into the ground really forcefully there. So what you're going to do is you'll do 8 to 10 out to like that max distance, and once you're there, you're like, okay, I don't think I can go any farther than that. Do 2 or 3 out there, and then start to bring it back in like 3. Once you decrease back to where you're like at a more serviceable stride distance, now I want you to go into a full delivery towel throw. You got 15 to 20 there, and once you get close to the end of that set right there, I want you to video, same thing, video backside, straight in front of you, so I can see side mechanics and also that line. But basically, so in that no throw stuff, I write focus on quick kick with heel over toe, pushing hips through, and then once you actually start doing the throws, I want you to still focus on driving hips through, distracting your arm backwards, and then moving explosively in a straight line. So that's if we can accomplish all of that stuff through this drill, and at any time that you're going through your delivery, we're going to be in good shape. All right. So Brady, I also have you doing some overhand throw stuff. So the distraction drill is kind of what I'm going to call it. This was the first thing that we did when we started working on getting your the succession of like the movements in your body to work correctly. So what I want you to do in this is you are going to you're going to start. So if you're going this way, you're basically starting here facing. So you get your arm up at 90, and then you're going to push out with your foot before you let this start coming forward. So you're going to be here, push that foot, really kind of distract your arm backwards as your foot pushes out and your hips push through, and then you come through into your throw. So I only have you doing 3 by 8 there, so just like build into that. Like I said, nothing over 70% for sure this day, and just really focus on all the movements. I mean, there's really no reason to be setting yourself back right here. Just really focus on what your body's doing. Okay. All right. So then for both of you guys, again, full body mobility, upper body rollout, and then treatment. So talk to me about that if you're not sure, and let's communicate. If you have any questions about this stuff, make sure that you get in touch with me, email me, text me. I'll be back at my hotel for the rest of the day. So, yeah, let me know.